60 million years ago, the world was a steamy, primeval hothouse. The dinosaurs were gone, but the void they left was quickly filled. In the swamps of ancient Colombia, a new ruler emerged, Titanoboa terrajonensis, the Titanoboa. This was no ordinary snake. It was a living river monster, a serpent stretching over 13 meters, weighing more than a ton. Titanoboa moved silently through tangled waterways, its massive form barely disturbing the surface. Its power lay not in venom, but in sheer, crushing force, an apex predator perfected for ambush. The Paleocene's relentless heat allowed cold-blooded giants to thrive, and Titanoboa was the ultimate beneficiary. The riverbanks teemed with giant turtles and massive crocodilians, but even they were not safe. Fossil evidence shows Titanoboa at the very top of the food chain, a super predator in a world of giants. This was a time of evolutionary experimentation, with life branching out to fill the gaps left by the dinosaurs. The world was a kingdom of heat, water, and abundant prey, all ruled by the silent coils of this incredible creature. Imagine a river wider and murkier than any today. Its banks a tangle of strange broad-leafed plants. The heat was suffocating, the air thick with the scent of decay. Titanoboa's shadow fell long over the Paleocene, a reminder that after extinction, new masters always rise. Its reign was absolute, its presence a constant, terrifying pressure on all other life. The world it inhabited was perfectly tailored for reptilian gigantism. Titanoboa was not just a snake, it was the embodiment of a lost age's power and mystery. Even the largest turtles and crocodilians were potential prey. In this ancient world, Titanoboa was the undisputed king. To grasp Titanoboa's scale, compare it to today's largest snake, the green anaconda. Anacondas are giants by modern standards, but beside Titanoboa, they seem small. Titanoboa stretched twice as long as the biggest anaconda, weighing over a ton. Its body was thick as a man's waist, a muscular tube of raw power. Anacondas kill by constriction, but Titanoboa's force would have shattered bones, not just suffocated prey. It was a biological crushing machine, an order of magnitude more powerful than any snake alive today. This size was only possible in the superheated world of the Paleocene. Modern snakes are limited by today's cooler climates, but Titanoboa thrived in relentless heat. It was a monster born of a lost, hotter world. No snake since has come close. Imagine if Titanoboa never vanished, if Earth stayed a hothouse, and the serpent survived to the present. The great rainforests of South America, Africa, and Asia would be Titanoboa's kingdoms. Rivers like the Amazon would be hunting grounds for a creature longer than a boat. The jungle's sounds would be edged with fear. Every rustle could mean a lurking giant. The world would be warmer, more humid, with higher sea levels and vast swampy habitats. Life would have evolved under the constant threat of a super predator. Titanoboa would have had 60 million years to adapt, perhaps growing larger, diversifying, or even moving into new environments. We might see marine or savanna variants, each more terrifying than the last. The world would not just contain a prehistoric relic, but its highly evolved modern descendants. Our planet would be shaped by the shadow of the serpent. Titanoboa's presence would have reshaped entire ecosystems. Prey animals like caiman and capybaras would evolve new defenses or behaviors to survive. Jaguars might become creatures of the canopy, avoiding the deadly rivers. Large mammals could shrink or vanish, replaced by smaller, faster species, or, in a twist, some might grow even larger to deter attack. The jungle would be alive with warning calls, a network of sentinels alert to the serpent's approach. Rivers would be zones of terror, drinking a life-or-death gamble. Titanoboa's appetite would regulate megafauna populations, demanding a jungle richer and more productive than any today. The psychological pressure on all animals would be immense, shaping instincts for millions of years. Every thread of the food web would be rewoven by the serpent's shadow. Life would be a constant struggle beneath the gaze of a giant. Human evolution would be forever changed by Titanoboa's presence. Early humans would avoid the serpent's domains, swamps and rivers marked as forbidden, the realm of the snake god. Settlements would be built far from water or high in the mountains, driven by fear. The need to defend against Titanoboa would accelerate our development of weapons and cooperation. The serpent would become a living legend, woven into myth and religion as a god or demon. River valleys, the cradles of civilization, might remain wild, uninhabitable, ruled by the giant snake. Human history would unfold in colder, drier regions, our dominance checked by the serpent's reign. The world's population would cluster in serpent-free zones, vast swathes left untamed. Our global dominance would be shared, not absolute. Titanoboa would haunt our dreams and shape our destiny. Could we coexist with Titanoboa today? Almost certainly not. Our infrastructure, roads, bridges, cities, would cut through its habitat, leading to deadly encounters. Conservation would be a paradox. Awe for the creature, but fear for our safety. Any settlement near its range would be at constant risk. Children, fishermen, and farmers, all potential prey. The economic impact would be devastating. Tourism, agriculture, and daily life crippled by fear. Regions would become exclusion zones. Nature preserves off-limits to humans. History shows we drive dangerous predators to extinction. Titanoboa would face relentless persecution. Despite its majesty, fear would win out. Humanity's expansion and technology would spell the end for the serpent. The war between tool user and ancient predator would be tragic and final. A world with Titanoboa would force us to confront our place in nature. Vast regions would remain wild, untamable, and dangerous. Our consciousness would be shaped by humility, not dominance. Science and exploration would focus on understanding the serpent, not conquering its realm. The line between human and animal would blur. Survival, not stewardship, would define us. Ecological awareness would be born of fear, not reason. The world would be more frightening, but perhaps more balanced. Titanoboa's extinction allowed us to flourish, but its presence would have checked our ambition. We can be grateful for our world, but should feel awe for what once was and what could have been. The ghost of Titanoboa reminds us, nature's power is always waiting to return.